Nerd Mom here with a little Friday rant for you. Are you familiar with the term breeder? It's something I see mentioned on Twitter by a few people quite often. That is one of those phrases, the term that just drives me up the wall. Because yes, I have 4 children and I stay home with them, but by no means am I a breeder. To me, the inference of breeder is somebody who's dumb, doing something completely out of instinct without any kind of direction or plan or desire. And it gives this implication of being stupid and good for nothing other than making babies. And it being done mindlessly. And to further that it's just not me being paranoid, I pulled it up on Urban Dictionary. And oh my goodness, there's 3 different definitions. The first one is quite long. It's a slang term used by some child-free people for one who has a child and or many after that, refuses to discipline the children, thinks the sun rises and sets for their children, looks down upon people who do not have children, and are generally very selfish and greedy when it comes to their whims and those of their children, especially if they can use their parenthood status or their children as an excuse to get their way. And I mean, to the point that it says like a female's called a moo and a male's called a duh. And you go down to another definition, and it's a heterosexual person, one who breeds with members of the opposite sex. Go down to another one, a slang word for a straight person. I'll be very honest. The people I hear using this are usually straight people, so I find that a little comical. But this attitude of, because I chose to have children, that's it. That's all I have. That's all I am. And I'm stupid, which is delightful. And yes, I have my own insecurity issues, and so it just seems to hit all those buttons. The question is, how should we respond as parents, as people who say yes? Having a child is the hardest job you will ever do in your life. I mean, seriously. It really is. It's the hardest thing. I mean, I think finding Middle East peace could be easier than having a child. And doing it well, let me rephrase, and caring and investing. Now, part of it is I as a parent don't feel that I have special rights to anything. But I do feel like if a restaurant wants my money, they will be family friendly. Otherwise, they don't need my money. Same with any other business. And I don't think that's using my parental status to get anything. It's just economics. You cater to the crowd you want to spend their money. And frankly, honey, those of us with children tend to spend a little bit more money when we go to things like eat out, shop for clothes, whatever. But back to my question. How should we respond? Especially since these conversations I seem to get into are always on Twitter. I really struggle not being as sarcastic as I feel because I'm afraid people will take a long-term personal offense. But there's part of me that just wants to sarcastically say, don't worry, we understand. We don't want any more like you. It's better if you don't have children. I think my sarcasm and humor might get lost on Twitter, but man, has it crossed my mind. But at the same time, I don't know anyone who's got the guts to walk up to me and call me a breeder. And don't get me wrong, I've not had a lot of people say to me, hey, you, Jackie, you're a breeder. They just make sideways comments about people who happen to be breeders. And it angers me. It just reaffirms this idea that we have that family is something that is not to be desired. Now, by no means am I saying that everyone should have children, because heavens knows, for a variety of reasons, you shouldn't. If you're not called to, please don't do it. Please. It usually means you won't take care of your children anyways. But it just, drives me batty. Okay, rant over, at least for now. But next time one of y'all mentions the word breeder, don't be surprised if I say it's probably good that you were spayed and neutered. Bye.